Yo, what's up, world? This is your host, Easthill Huey of the Slept On Podcast. I'd like to welcome you back. And today's guest, very special guest, this is my young boy, SF Shuttlesworth.
Yes, sir. In the
How you
building,
doing,
man.
my boy?
Oh, I'm feeling excellent, man.
You good? You good? You
Yes,
good?
Sir. How about you, man?
I'm all right, man. I'm blessed. I'm glad to be here, man, and enjoying interviewing you guys like this, man. So, yeah, for surely.
Another day, another dollar, time to wake up, try to make more. I ain't perfect, I ain't judging how you make yours. Once you pick a journey, I would say just try to make sure it's really what you want, ain't no returns on what you pray.
Sir, man, I see you doing your thing, man. My boy Sick told me to hit you, man, get on this podcast, man.
Yeah, no
Get
doubt.
to it, man. And checked out, man, everything you got going on, man. You be doing everything, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, bro, I'm a man of many hats, bro. And who really put me on to you was my brother, low-key Kurt, man.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm tapped in with him.
Yeah, that's
Good
my
peoples,
dog,
for sure.
and he spoke highly of you, and he always got his ear to the street. I say that's the Northwest A&R for real right now, man.
Yes,
so,
sir. Yes, sir.
I had to check you out, bro.
Yes, sir.
And
Appreciate you.
when I checked you out, right, we gonna have an honest conversation, right? You a young boy, I'm a little older, so my ear is tapped in a little different, right?
Yes, sir.
So when I first got hip, I was like, you know, he sound like one of these young niggas, whoopty whoopty whoop. But then I really paid attention to the flow and what you was saying, right? And then I learned to appreciate it, what you was doing. And I'm like, all right, open your mind. Don't think like an old nigga. Really open your mind and see what's going on. He's being creative. I appreciated that you had a flow that, you know, that was you. It sounded like you. And not only was you doing the young flow and the young shit, but you had some substance and some sneaky bars in there.
Some
my
references,
boy.
for
Right.
sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I could really appreciate that, my G. What's moving and grooving for you right now? What you got going on currently?
Oh, yes, sir. I'm about to go on tour with Storm Tour.
Nice.
Yes, sir. Led by Lebo, SSG Kobe headlining it. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Gonna be first stop out here is gonna be November 10th in Seattle.
Yeah.
It's gonna be downtown on 3rd Avenue.
Okay.
1927 Events, I believe, is the venue.
Okay.
So yeah, we're gonna get it cracking there. Starts at 6 p.m. Yeah, anybody got want to hit me about tickets, man? You can DM me at SF Shows, or actually no, it's Shuttlesworth Official. But you type SF Shuttlesworth on Instagram or anything, it'll pop up. You can Google me. And everything.
Let's see, we find a good one for SF Shutties.
Been feeling like Neo lately, for sure.
Okay. Well, shit, since you feeling like Neo, let's go. Red pill gives you the power of flight. Blue pill gives you the power of speed. Which one you going with?
You know, it's important to slow down, especially in life, you know, because it does go so quick. So I feel like having the power of speed, you know, like it'd be something you do if you're a person who enjoys like the thrill of life, you know. Yeah, you'll have fun flying, but it's like, you know, you kind of already have a sense in your mind of what it would be like flying in the air and having the wind against you and in your face, all that.
Right.
So, but I don't feel like anybody knows what it'd be like to be the Flash, you know?
Right.
But from my perspective, I'm someone who likes to see things, visualize things. So I would definitely choose flight because you can go anywhere in the world. Now, does flight mean like, doesn't matter like how high I can go to where I can still have oxygen and all that?
Everything's good. You're either under the atmosphere or the firmament, whichever you believe. But you're under that, but you can the power
yeah,
of
for
flight.
sure. Knowing my limits, yeah, I definitely choose flight because yeah, I'll be with that.
And I think that answer speaks volumes to like the type of mind state that you have. And just in that answer alone is giving me a better in-depth vision of like who you are as SF Shuttlesworth. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I can definitely respect that answer. I'm kind of torn between the two, bro. You know, the speed, like you said, it's good to slow down sometimes, but I also would like to just be able to see the world, you know, real fast and get here and get there. But I also understand the aspect of taking your time and being able to fly and having the power of flight. You don't have to fly fast. You can, you know, take your time, see things and get to the next spot and whoop-de-whoop. So I think I'm going to go ahead and agree with the red pill on that one and take the power.
You also don't got to worry about traffic, man. Like, everybody hate traffic, man. Fuck.
Facts. We hit traffic on the way down, bro. That shit was ugly.
Man, you just fly wherever you want to go. I'll be there. But then at the same time, everybody expecting you, like, you know, you can't hit them with the black people shit where you're like, oh, I'll be there in 5 minutes. Because they're like, you should be here in 30 seconds.
I want to ask you this, too, because of the generation you're a part of. And I just want to see where it goes. So I want your top 5 rappers of all time. And then I want your top 5 rappers of now. Okay? So let's go all time first.
Okay. Number 1. Actually, no, I'm not even going to put this in a particular order.
Don't be politically correct.
Nah, for real. I'm not even one of those type of people. And I'm not even going to put this in order either. This is going to just be 5.
Okay.
You know, number 1, Nas.
Nas.
For sure.
Okay.
Number 2, Talib Kweli.
Young boy. What? Okay.
Number 3, Mos Def.
Shut the fuck up. Umi say? Shut your... Okay.
I think number 4, yeah, I'm going to have to go with Biggie.
You going Biggie Smalls.
And it's no hate to Tupac because he's not on my list.
Right.
I love Tupac. But Biggie spoke his intrusive thoughts, much like young Eminem for sure.
Okay.
In a way. And like he had a lot of subliminal messaging, whereas Tupac was kind of just like all out, like kind of just like straight to the point with his shit. You know?
More direct. Yeah. And Biggie took a general approach where he had like, you know, witty bars, fun character bar imagery, but then still hit you with something where with Pac it was more so like police is killing us.
Right. Because like Biggie was a street nigga, like actual street nigga, like in New York at that. So it's like, you know, Tupac, that was more so of the glorified image of, you know, thug life. You know, when you see young Tupac, he was actually, you know, he still was a well-educated individual, but as a young cat, he was a very, you know, he went to art school, all that.
Right.
So
in New York.
Right. So it's like Biggie for sure has my number 4 spot just for that.
Okay. So let me start. You said Nas, Talib, Mos Def, Biggie, and
number 5 would have to be Eminem for me.
Eminem?
Yeah.
That's respectable. So that's your overall top 5.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you, I'm surprised, G, because a lot of 18-year-old young men, they're not really tapped into or have the mental capacity for a Mos Def, for a Talib, and a Nas, and then really take on a Eminem. And I'm not talking about new Eminem. I'm talking about Marshall Mathers,
right.
Eminem.
Yeah.
And those type of things, bro, that's an impressive all-time list.
First met Dre, like, really, like, yeah.
Yeah, he was a different dog then. I heard that you said that you put value bars over cadences, correct?
Right.
So speak on that a little bit and tell me what you mean by that.
Well, you know, it's a 50-50 to me, regardless. But everyone has their personal bias. So I use mine to carry my unique perspective, and to you know, at least be that elephant in the room with the different perspectives. So
right.
For a while it was just like straight cadence, you know? Like I had to understand how to break down words that rhymed and actually put them together in sentences that meant anything. And then I had to realize that I had to take the sentences that I was saying and just slap a word at the end of it that rhymes. So then it's just like I think of a sentence just like how we talked just now, you know? It's the same way with freestyling. You're not really thinking about it. You put any sentence, replace the last word, and leave it like an empty thought. Put anywhere you want to and do that for all the rest of the bars, but the last word, you just make it rhyme with the words that you kept. So that's the way I go about it. I don't know if everybody goes about it that way, but I learned, you know, it's really that easy. Anything you say is a bar. Anything you think is a bar. Who's to tell you that your bar is weak? Nobody can tell you that.
And I think that is a adopted mindset now because I grew up in the era where you had to be nice at rapping to be the guy. It wasn't just everybody's different and everybody is art and everybody. No, bro. If you wasn't coming with that shit that made niggas do this, if you wasn't coming with that, you weren't the guy. And you wasn't pushed to no forefront. You had to sit back, go sit over there while the real motherfuckers rapping is gonna rap. So I think that's a newly adopted thing to where people have accepted the fact that it's like, it's not just about who's the hot or who you told me is hot. I can have my own, mind and my own taste, and everybody's shit could be depicted as good music, not necessarily because I said it's not good doesn't make it good.
It's good to somebody.
It's good to somebody, and that's important because it's about finding who your shit is for.
Right.
It's not for everybody. It's about finding who it's for and targeting that audience. I can appreciate your mind, bro. I can appreciate your answers. They're real in-depth and thought out, bro. So
Yes,
you into sports at all?
Oh, yeah, I love basketball. Always have.
You're a hoop guy. Who's your
Yes,
top
sir.
5 players now? I won't even give you the all-time.
Man, now I'll go number 1. Luka.
You going Luka? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going Luka.
That's your okay. Go ahead.
And this is fully biased, so I'll let everybody know that.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck. Luka number 1.
It looked like your mans agree with that answer over there. Okay. Luka number 1.
Yeah, my number 2, I'm going Devin Booker.
Dev Book, the light-skinned assassin. Okay.
Number 3, still, it will be LeBron until he retires.
Number 3 is Brown.
Yeah.
Respectable.
I like to let everybody know that, especially my uncle.
Shout out Unc.
Shout out Unky.
Brown number
For
3.
sure. Number 4, I'd have to go. See, like in my head, I'd be thinking like, who can I piss off right now? But
Come on.
nah, I would go number 4, AD.
AD?
AD in there.
Okay.
I'm gonna go.
But we gonna talk. Go ahead.
We is gonna talk. He is glass work. Street clothes for sure. I'm just talking. We're all healthy. You put AD in the gym. I think he working anybody that you put against him 1-on-1.
Okay.
Number 5 is Jokic. Now, Jokic is really like, if we're talking in order, Jokic is really number 1,
Okay.
right? But we're just putting that out
Luka, like what makes him him? Is it the change of pace? Is it the fact that he can get to wherever he wants on the floor? Is it that he's a playmaker? Is it the step back? Is it the laziness kind of like
Nobody can fuck with him.
Nobody can fuck with him. Do you think that translates into a ring?
I'm not someone that really give a fuck about that. Me personally, I think the NBA is rigged, scripted, all that shit.
Okay.
There's too much money to go into something for you to, that's just my personal opinion.
No, I can see.
True or false, whatever the fuck,
No, yeah, I can see where you're coming from with that.
But if we're talking purely hoop, like you want to talk purely accomplishments, like, you could say, yeah, Euro League and all this shit, it is not as good as the NBA, but at least his skills did translate to the NBA. He never changed his play style ever.
So let me ask you this. Do you think that he came in with an advantage? Because Luka Doncic has been playing with grown men since he was 12 years old.
Oh, yeah.
So do you think that is why it translates into the NBA so well? Because he's been playing, opposed to the American players, we got the AAU circuits, we got different things like that, but you're not playing against grown men at 12. You're playing against 12-year-olds and 14-year-olds in between that range at 12. So you think that gives him an advantage over the guys that came in this way because he came in that way?
I think you can compare it to someone who's been rapping since they were a kid, It's like they have that advantage because they've been doing it longer, right? But also young guys have the advantage of being something new and being something nobody, when you have to go through your whole process and your whole journey of everything that you're going to accomplish in your life. And there's infinite things to do in life. you will not be able to accomplish everything. Somebody will accomplish something that you weren't able to, didn't even think of, didn't even put your energy towards something that wasn't meant for you.
Right.
So.
Nah, that's a dope answer, my G. That kind of that rings bells of Pursuit of Happiness. You ever watch that?
Oh yes, sir.
You remember at the basketball court when he knocked his son, and then he had to double back and like that reminds me of that, man.
Not even me.
You can't. Not even me, my boy. Don't just because somebody else didn't do it, don't mean that it's not possible and can't be done. What are you guys doing for mental health? Right? What are you doing to? Because I know you guys is going through shit. I've been there. I know what it's like. And you guys aren't fully developed in your emotions yet of understanding yourself. So it's even heightened the frustration is even heightened at that time. So what is something that you and your generation are doing to, keep your mental health intact?
Well, especially in this day and age, you have to network and find your peace within yourself, but also within others that you interact with. See yourself in others,
Right.
I like to...
That's empathy, by the way, for those that don't know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just broken down a little bit. But things you can do for mental health is like nobody can truly help your mental health. They can be there for you, but nobody can really do that. So it's really helping people realize that they're only going to get better when they realize that they want to get better and they realize that they're going to get better, and they just start doing it.
That's fire. That's fire.
That's all you can do for someone. You can't do nothing more. You can't climb in someone's head. You can't be in someone's skin. You can't walk in their shoes.
Right. And I think that a bar comes to mind. You can never underestimate the progress of a baby step. Right? And that line comes to mind because it's like you said, bro, you can't always do everything for everybody, right? But taking the baby step to do something for yourself, that's the right direction. It might not be a giant leap forward, but that's the right direction. You can't underestimate those types of things to find it in yourself to say, hey, I'm going to get myself out of this. I appreciate you being there for me, but I got to take this walk and do my thing like that.
Well, speaking of the walk, it's all about balance, If you constantly looking down at your feet, right, all you're looking at is the ground, and all you're looking at is every single little step that you do,
Right.
Versus if you looking up the whole time, not paying attention to how your steps are, right, you're not aware of how big of steps you are taking, and you could lose sight, lose track.
Right. So
it's about balance, I'm sure, when you walk in, you do a lot of things, and you're not a robot. You don't just,
right.
No, you
your stride is
shit,
different.
You check your shoe, make sure you didn't scuff it.
Right.
All this, make sure you don't step in. Ooh, there's some dog shit.
Right.
Let me not step in that. It's about balance. You
right.
You gotta. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people get so zoned in on like quote unquote life's responsibilities.
What's your problem food, and then what's your healthy choice?
Ooh, my problem food, man, is fucking cheesecake, dude.
Cheesecake? What kind of cheesecake? Regular New York cheesecake, key lime? You like toppings?
I like it all, but I'm really like the raspberry or the Oreo or like you go to Cheesecake Factory, you get that Dolce de Leche. Ooh wee.
I've experienced the Dolce de Leche, my boy. For surely. I've experienced it. That shit go crazy. You dating, right? What's it like to date in the young world right now?
Oh man, you can't do it.
Is it risky? It's risky?
Bro, it's like you already can't trust no one. And
Okay.
it's like, but it's just like when you really have like anything going for yourself, it just like the bigger you get, the more you can't like have, it's like every woman for you is just gonna be a yes woman. Every female is just gonna be a yes woman. Do everything, until the whole time they're applying some, you never know.
You just never know.
You never know.
And I think that's why it's important to kind of find you find people like the K-Dots, you find people like the Coles and people that had their relationships before they even got big,
Right.
so that you can avoid you don't know. Once I get this bread, I don't know who wants what from me.
But how could you avoid it if you're like you've been a shining star since you were a kid? It's like, what if they seen it the whole time?
They seen it the whole time and they was scheming. Ooh.
Or what if they was just friends, you know, and then just now they're just.
So do you think it's healthy to live that way though, not trusting anyone?
No,
because now you're constantly rigging your brain like, can I trust this woman? Can I do that? I think it's important that you got to find someone to be vulnerable with.
Right.
And take risk and take chances of and opportunities of being hurt again and again and again, because otherwise you're going to close yourself off in a box and never show the real greatness that you have or be appreciated by somebody that can see your greatness, because you're blocking it in, right? And you might come across, you might be walking past that motherfucker in the 7-Eleven and you was blocking your greatness, and that person or that woman didn't get a chance to see it and approach you in the fashion that you wanted to because you were so blocked off.
See, like, you know, you could easily think about it that way, or you could think about it like everything that happens is meant to happen.
Facts.
That person wasn't for you, or maybe you'll see that person again.
If it's meant to be, it'll happen again.
It will happen.
Okay.
Everything comes full circle. Question.
If the woman has standards to not fuck on the first night, can the man have standards to not pay on the first night?
It is what it is. Like, there are plenty fish in this. I'm a Pisces, man. I see
Shut
fish.
the fuck up. When's your birthday?
March 3rd.
March 9th. I'm my mama, boy. That's why we vibing like this.
Five on
me. On me. That's why we vibing like that. I felt your energy, bro. I kept telling you, like, bro, it's something about your energy that I'm getting. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, that Pisces shit, I get now it all wraps around. I get your whole
everything comes full circle. I feel like Neo, man.
Okay,
Told
man.
you in the beginning, man.
Hey, bro, I this was a real insight, bro, and I appreciate you taking the time to really come down and chop it up and have this conversation, man. I think it's important that we continue to have dialogue like this with younger generation. I'm not hella old, but I'm ahead of you. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And this is a way that I can make sure that our young heads is straight. Right, I'm doing my job to making sure you're right, and you're doing your job, keeping me informed of what's going on, so I can be aware and help niggas the way that I
Yeah.
Hey, yo, this is your host, Easthill Huey of the Slept On Podcast. I'd like to welcome you back, and as promised, we have an in-studio performance from SF Shuttlesworth. You ready to go?
Yes, sir.
All right, bro, kick that shit, my boy.
Mindfold, divine role, I exist, you wish it. Life sold, the mind's blown, and we still dying over riches. All my life, I gave my all, but to myself, I grew more distant. Steady caught up in the image, but ain't facing on the fiction. Who's to blame from all the pain from dead weight when I was fishing? If refused to put to use the shit I'm giving, then I'm ignorant. I can't trust but pool of lust, just rush my love and cause a flood. Told my brother about that bitch, cause it get thicker in the mud. Brody told me that he know me, not to trip on shit because there's always haters on your radar trying to block you for your buzz. Got bigger shoes to fill, so niggas best go make it swift. The fuck I look like flexing all this jewelry if it's paid to win. Game is game, it's all the same, cause niggas had the shit within. Crash landing on the Saturn, but my ring surrounds the lid. Always knew I was a star before I knew I was a kid. When I heard my uncle pass and it made my inner child sick. I do this shit for me, myself, and not but ball for fallen kid. Remember days we with blunts of age just sipping slow on malt and gin. Baby, can you play a role and we can grow to make it stick? The same way you ride the dick, the same way you move your lips. Niggas hold they pride tighter than the handle on they blick. I do this shit with honors. A Chinese man that said he moving quick all through the night, so niggas know I keep it slick. I push the whip, butter wrong, gon' shift it with the stick. Riding around in ghost towns, bringing life to all the shit. My son is prodigal. I cannot wait to find out who he is, but plan illogical. Cause when you plan it, never follow script. Never lied to old girl. I nigga played around with bliss. Why they always take a mile after giving them the inch. I know my team gonna keep it solid. Squad full of presidents. That's for my niggas in the back.
Hey, SF Shuttlesworth, my boy.
Yes, sir.
With the acapella, boy, that shit takes talent. That shit takes effort, bro. And that shit's fire, bro. I want to appreciate you for coming down, spending some time with us, bro, on the Slept On Podcast. This is your host, Easthill Huey.
Another day, another dollar, time to wake up, try to make more. I ain't perfect, I ain't judging how you make yours. Once you pick a journey, I would say just try to make sure it's really what you want. Ain't no returns on what you pray.